Welcome back to the UnderDog Fantasy Weekly Pick'em right here on the Talking Sports Podcast YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment. But before we get into our weekly picks, we're going to tell you about UnderDog Fantasy. So UnderDog Fantasy is the easiest way to get some action on the NFL. It's UnderDog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just pick higher or lower on your favorite or your least favorite players' stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. UnderDog keeps it super simple with their easy-to-use website and mobile apps. Pick between 2 and 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and take home some cold hard cash. Use the code TSP and get your first deposit doubled up to $100 by UnderDog Fantasy.
Very good, Pete. And yes, great offer there, as well as don't forget to follow us on our social medias, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Talking Sports PD. So along with the code TSP, we're also on social media. So please don't forget to follow us there.
Yeah, last week, guys, Jared and I both got 2 out of 3. We're right there. My last 3 weeks, I've gotten 2 out of 3, so we're right there. And as always, you guys don't have to use our exact ones. If you want to use just one of ours and place it somewhere, do whatever you want with it, you can. We're just giving you some props, basically. Use 2 of JR's, use 1 of mine, 2 of mine, 1 of JR's. And you can place 2. Like, if you see 2 of them and you like 2 of them, go for it. The minimum, obviously, you have to place is 2. We give you 3. But if you see 2 of them, you're like, you know what, I like these 2, and you're feeling confident, go with those 2. And if you want to take 5 out of our 6s and you're feeling really confident, probably not do that. But it's up to you. But just make sure you use code TSP. So, Jer, let's get started. Let's get back on track here. We're going to start with you, man. What do we got for, oh my God, week 11?
Week 11. Yeah, so I'm starting it off going CD Lamb over 89.5 receiving yards. I mean, hey, the last 4 weeks, he had 117, 158, 191, 151. I don't think he'll stop this week. I mean, they're playing the Carolina Panthers. It's a lot of bad defense. It's a bad team. I think he'll easily get over 100, but knowing I picked him, he probably won't. But who knows? Next, I got Trey McBride over 53.5 receiving yards. He had 131 last week, and Kyler Murray just came back. He got 9 targets. Kind of quickly became Kyler Murray's go-to option. They also have Marquise Brown, but it seemed the ball was going to him. I think he's had some big games in the past. I think he'll continue it with Kyler, build that chemistry, and I think he'll get over 56.5, 53.5. And then I got Mike Evans, 54.5. This is my safest, in my opinion. He got 143 last week, 87. He's usually hit or miss, but I think he's my guy, so I think he's going to be a hit this week. They're going against the San Francisco 49ers. I think there's going to be a lot of passing in that game for them, playing from behind. So I think he could hit that.
I like it. And to place that, make sure you guys use code TSP. And you know what? We've seen recently people have been using the code, so we appreciate that. So keep using it on UnderDog Fantasy. So for my week 11 fantasy pick'em, I'm going to start with Christian McCaffrey, who I rode last week, who Jared also rode last week, and he was great. He had 95 rushing yards. His total went up a couple more yards, which makes sense. It's still only at 69.5, so I'm going to ride it with him again. He had 95 yards on 16 carries. This week they faced Tampa Bay, who has a solid defense, but San Fran excels when they get CMC the ball. I think they'll get CMC the ball a couple more times, and I think he hits that. Secondly, Derrick Henry. Last week, 11 carries for 24 yards. Wasn't his best performance, and the Titans lost. For a young quarterback with Levis, you want to get Derrick Henry some carries. In 2 out of the last 3 performances, he's had at least 75 rushing yards. He needs to get to like that 15 carry threshold. I think he does. I get over 56.5 rushing yards. And now we're going back to the kickers. They failed me once. Hopefully they don't fail me a second time. And we're bringing back the spicy emoji. So this is $5 to win $37.50. A little profit boost here for you guys. They call it the scorched. I call it the spicy emoji because I think my idea is way better. 2 out of the last. This is Anders Carlson, the kicker for the Green Bay Packers, taking on the Chargers. He needs over 1.5 field goals made in his last 2 out of his last 3. He's hit at least 2 field goals. So I think he's going to kind of do his thing, and we'll see what happens. I'm going with the kicker. I think the Packers kind of need to get back on track here. I like Anders Carlson.
Okay. Never go wrong with the kicker.
You probably can go wrong a lot of times with the kicker, man.
Times.
I don't know what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that you guys should use code TSP on UnderDog Fantasy. You get a deposit matched up to $100, minimum of 10. Just your deposit matched. It's fun. Who doesn't want more money? More money to win. It's awesome. But Jared, before we get out of here, where can everyone follow us on social media?
Yeah, guys, we're on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Talking Sports PD. Post our picks every week. Post our college picks every week. Post NBA game of the days. So follow us. At Talking Sports PD. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe as well.
Yeah, subscribe, like, and comment. I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video. Next week, you guys will be seeing this Thursday morning. Next week, obviously, is Thanksgiving. So we will be off. We're both spending time with our family. So we will not be doing our week 12 UnderDog Fantasy Pick'em. We'll be back for week 13. But a couple of days before you will see our full podcast. We'll be breaking down the college football conference championship matchups, getting you ready for conference championship weekend. You guys can find that episode on the week after Thanksgiving. You can either find it right here on YouTube, or if you want to go over to Apple Podcast and Spotify. So we'll be off next week, back for week 13, and don't miss our college football conference championship episode. Make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys like, and make sure you guys comment. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.